any case, I don't know what this video is about. It's called Uninstall Pokemon Legends Z. I'm serious. I don't know. This is just like I'm meant to be like a protest against Nintendo or the game itself or something, but we will see. We will see. But I figured it's an hour-long video. It'll keep us entertained. I've seen a playthrough and it looks so good. I don't know. I've seen enough bugs and bullshit. And I've played the games on and off throughout my life, really, to know when a game is bad compared to its predecessors. It might look nice, but it might play differently, but it looks like there's a lot wrong with it. I think for a lot of people, they were just sick of seeing the same thing over and over again. And not only did they put you back in like the capital city of Kalos, but they made it so that you can't leave the city of Kalos, that city. So it's very frustrating for a lot of people. Bugs are Thanos, they are inevitable. Yeah, but they should have fixed it by now, and they didn't. In any case, let's see what this guy is specifically protesting about. I'm curious that he spent an entire hour explaining what the fuck is happening here.
I hate Pokemon.
Okay.
No, Pokemon Legends ZA.
Okay, specifically this.
This game has been hyped beyond belief.
It has. Bro.
Like many other curious gamers out there, I wanted to Google what this game was. I've somehow gone my whole life without ever playing a Pokemon game. But that was about to change. In 1996, a Japanese game studio named Game Freak made the first ever
he's
Pokemon
going through the whole
game.
documentary. Is that why this is so fucking long? Holy shit. Man, the classics, though.
Hit. So they made another, and so many more. It was printing money. But
Basically.
These games were starting to blend together. For 3 decades, it was the same battles with the same menus using the same moves. Game Freak.
But a couple of those games were different enough, with different mechanics enough. For initially, it was like... some of the things they added were new, because it was coming with new technology and, you know, new ideas. But eventually those stopped happening. And the few ideas that were coming out were kind of very specific and niche. And it just kind of was becoming a problem as time went on, so I don't know.
Realized that people were getting tired of this formula. So in 2022, they made a spin-off, Legends Arceus, a game which had the freedom to be something unique. And it worked. In the first week, it sold 5.8 million. People wanted more Legends, and this new one even takes place in Lumiose, which is inspired by Paris. Not to mention, it's the first Pokemon game to be released on Switch 2 for $70.
Yeah.
This game had a lot to live up to. 8 months after the teaser trailer, we finally got to see it. Over 500,000 people tuned in worldwide to watch this.
Jesus.
What was this game gonna look like? Absolute shit.
Yeah.
This looked like a game from the PlayStation 2. Windows and walls were just images. NPCs were frozen in the road, and this whole city just looked dead.
Yeah, fucking... I've seen games that are older than this that have been able to look more lively. It's crazy. It worked for the Game Boy DS era, yeah, but then once you got away from when the DS era was starting to be repetitive.
This is
one of my biggest criticisms with Nintendo games recently is... I thought the graphics for, what was it, the 9th gen was fine. Like, in fact, I thought it was really nice compared to, like, Legends. Legends was a little stylized, but also was, like, stylized to excuse some of the low quality that it's like they're not putting any effort into any of the graphics, and their excuses, it's because it doesn't work on the handhelds. Like, Steam has no problem handling the handhelds, no... What is your problem? Oh, come on, it can't be that bad. I'm sure this guy will explain a lot of stuff and then some. $70 for a game that just doesn't play well is really bad, though.
Expensive Pokemon game ever. And before the game released, they already announced paid DLC, making this whole experience $100.
Jesus.
I had to buy this shit. Before we actually get into the video, I just want to say only about 5% of you guys are actually subscribed. My goal is to beat Nintendo in subscribers.
10 million? That's actually sad. Holy shit.
The Italy channel. So if you haven't already, make sure to...
Damn, his really, yeah, probably is here.
I actually had no desire to play it at all. I even shit-talked it in my last video. Yeah. $30 DLC for a $70 game that isn't even out. I'm definitely biased. But when this game did come out, it had raging reviews. 8 out of 10
Yeah,
on
you can't
IGN,
take INGs. ING fucks everything up. I just opened Twitch, my bad. I should have opened first before going Freezy. It's okay.
8 on Metacritic, even though the user score was 4.7, and on Google, only 31% liked the game. On YouTube, there's people screaming at the top of their lungs about how horrible this game is.
This is actually evil.
But on the other side, people are also saying
that Pokemon
I don't know if I'd call it evil.
Is really
definitely Nintendo being greedy. Review companies can't be trusted. No, you can't trust them.
Really good.
So which is it? I wanted to find out for myself. I've never played a Pokemon.
Oh no, the hammer is there threatening
people will
me.
Tell me. Then I'm not the one to talk about this. Fair, but you have plenty of videos to watch with that perspective. This is my perspective. No nostalgia, no favorite game, just a complete blank slate.
Yeah. This will be interesting.
Sorry for being a teensy bit late. I was letting my dog out.
Oh, he's live streaming
this. The first thing you do in this game is choose your character. Then you pick a name, which can literally be anything.
No.
Cut to me on a train heading towards the city. Once I arrive, I walk into the light and... Title card. Cinema. This is when it shows you the beautiful city.
They didn't even put any effort into the title card. That's crazy.
Explore it in about 2 hours. Because first, you gotta do the tutorial. This is Tawny. She'll say,
yeah, the tutorial held your hands so much.
You can respond with, that I am, or you got it.
That's the same shit, bro. Chat, how do I sprint?
Of course, the developers of this game lock sprinting behind the tutorial. Don't worry, it's not that long. It only consists of picking a starter Pokemon, killing a panda, getting your bag back, following Tawny through very specific alleys. You want to go this way? Not that way. What about this way? Not that way.
But why do you even give me the option to?
You haven't unlocked freedom yet. In an open world game, just keep talking to Tawny. Talk to her here, talk to her there, talk to her everywhere. For 45 minutes.
How long is the tutorial?
Oh my gosh, I hate it. I've hated Nintendo doing this shit for so long. Where it's like they hold your hand through half the game. I wish they would stop doing this. They just... What happened to just basic, oh hey, here's an optional NPC that you can learn how to throw a Pokeball if you need to. Or mandatory, really. It's not even that long of a tutorial, and then, okay, figure it out, think it out yourself, have fun. To be honest, there's always a Pokemon problem, yeah.
I don't know, it's still...
But their earlier games were at least modest about it. They gave you the freedom to figure things out on your own. You can't go there, Dan.
Trust me, we haven't even started the tutorial yet. We still have to get a hotel room, talk to Tawny, go to bed, get woken up by Tawny, go to bed again, talk to Tawny again. 3 more times. Oh my god. Go to the Pokeshop, talk to Tawny, catch a Pokemon,
I don't
talk to Tawny,
care.
Be a scientist, talk to Naveen. At this point, we're only about halfway through the tutorial. I'm not kidding. This whole tutorial is about the length of Iron Man. Seriously, this game doesn't just treat you like it's your first Pokemon game. It treats you like it's your first video game. I'll get a pop-up saying use ZL to target Pokemon. Then Tawny will say...
See, some of this is... The reason part of why I think they do this is because they want raving reviews from the frickin'... What is it? The game reviewers. And they're so fucking stupid at playing games that they can't do anything without having their hand held. I hate this so much. Like intended, Jesus. I can read that in an Italian accent, Jesus. Gotta get over that refund line, Jesus.
ZL to target Pokemon. Then I'll get another pop-up saying use ZL.
Hey, I get it. This is the 3rd time.
It's actually the 4th time.
God.
They teach you this during your first battle.
Hold down ZL to focus on the opposing Pokemon you want to target.
Jesus.
This is such a horrible intro to a Pokemon game.
This whole tutorial is genuinely so unnecessary. You're introduced to almost every character, learn almost every game mechanic, and literally nothing has happened in terms of the story yet. But don't just take my word for it, look at my dog. By the way, I spent way too long on the visuals for this video, so whenever you hear this sound effect, It means I'm showing something relevant on screen, so lock
Okay.
in. Anyway, let's compare this tutorial to Breath of the Wild. It used the Great Plateau to slowly introduce game mechanics before releasing you into the vast open world. You meet one character with voice
they locked
acting
you
in
on
the
a plateau for this game. So for this tutorial, you were locked on a plateau and trying to leave it would be death. So you had a small slice of land to learn everything you need to know. And then they let you go and you had an entire open world. This was literally Nintendo doing this correctly. And they didn't hold your hand throughout the entire tutorial. It was just like, yeah, you got a couple quests, go do it. And then how you went about doing it was up to you. This is clearly like a Pokemon Company problem, I feel like. More than anything.
You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes.
Because I thought this game was pretty good,
when you
actually.
beat it, you get a paraglider, and you're free to explore whatever cool shit you see, like a volcano, or a castle, or a mountain, or a desert, or a forest.
Yeah, you literally can go anywhere you're prepared to go.
And then there's a building over there, and then there's a big-ass spire.
Pokemon is the highest-grossing media franchise of all time, coming in at over $90 billion. Ahead of Hello Kitty, Star Wars, Mario, Harry Potter, and Marvel. They have so much money, but apparently not enough to make the game run in 60 frames per second.
Yeah, this is also a problem. They continue to do things at 30 frames, and it's so frustrating. Are you feeling angry? I mean, I am beyond being able to be angry at this point. It's just sad to see it die. Honestly, not even mad or frustrated at the game company. Nintendo pioneering in their aim to eventually sell for stillborns. Jesus. That's crazy, Kasami, holy crap.
Maintains a relatively consistent.
Also, what the fuck is this? What did they do to Victory Bell? What the fuck? What is this shit? What have they done to poor Victory Bell? I may be dumb, but I hate the generation mixing in Pokemon. Yeah. I mean, I can understand people don't like it, but I don't mind it because it gives a nice little bit of variety. Especially for fan games, but Nintendo doesn't even do a good job with that. Portraited as a Mega Evolution does it to a Pokemon. Oh my God. I did see it, I just don't like it.
Second,
I guess that privilege is reserved for people that spend $450 on their new console and $10 on their stupid upgrade fee.
This is why I never touched the Switch. I knew this shit was gonna happen with the upgrade fees. And I just didn't have that kind of money anyways. For a portable game that I didn't really know if I would ever use or not. And given how little I use my phone when I'm out and about, I feel like I use my phone less and less when I'm out and about, so why would I use a handheld gaming console? It's also why I don't have a Steam Deck? Yeah, Steam Deck.
Once you escape the tutorial, you're allowed into the open world, which was supposed to be a big deal. I mean, it's modeled after Paris, which is filled with charming streetscapes, tons of culture, and the Eiffel Tower. Does this look like
he
Paris
actually
to
went
you?
there once.
I genuinely think this is the most pathetic attempt at an open world. In fact, I hate even calling it that. This is not an open world.
This is just listen. I've been in empty MMO servers. This looks like an empty MMO server. What the fuck is this? I love the Switch. Still used it on and off. PS5 main, but not touching the Switch too, yeah.
Circumference of this map in 6 to 7 minutes. You know how long that takes in Breath of the Wild? Over 3 hours. The map size is more comparable to the size of the Great Plateau, and even that's pushing it. Stop the music.
It's a huge map.
In the time that you've been watching this video, you could have explored the entirety of the map already. Let that sink in. And believe me, this is not a quality over quantity situation. The quality is the worst part. Not even talking about graphics, this whole city is so fucking uninspired. Red building, blue building.
This is why I didn't like This is why I didn't like the first game that had Kalos in it to begin with. It was horribly uninspired. It was not very good. The only redeeming feature it had was the Mega Evolutions and some of the newer Pokemon, and that was really it. But even some of them were a joke. See, FIFA 5 had more details in the background. Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Floating building.
Is this building not floating?
And once you reach the end of the map, it just becomes a circle of buildings.
Yeah.
And out of these hundreds of buildings, how many do you think you can actually go inside? 12. 12 buildings have interiors,
insanely low. What the
7
fuck?
of which are just one room, and 3 of which are the same room with different textures.
Yeah.
So I'm being generous with that number. That leaves only 2 indoor areas that are debatably explorable. What I've just shown you on your screen is more or less everything you can see inside. So let's go back outside.
That's sad.
Notice anything weird when I walk incredibly slow on this PS2 graphics road? The NPCs. They are all not moving.
What the hell?
Dude, why is everyone just standing still?
Good question. I have a few more though. Question 1. Why do the NPCs load in, then load out, then load back in again? Here, let me show you. If I'm standing right here, I can see this NPC dude. But if I walk closer, he disappears. And if I keep walking closer, he reappears. As a woman. What? How the f did this make it into the final release? It affects every NPC in the game, and it's even present on the Switch 2 version. Question 2. For the few NPCs that do move, what are they doing? This guy walks for about 15 seconds before turning around and going the same exact way. Why not just make it a little longer? This is so easy to do. I can do it. Question 3. Why does every NPC look exactly the same?
They do
What, is
all look the
everyone
same.
inbreeding here? You look the same as you, who looks the same as you, and you look the same as you, but with different hair color. Question 4. How do these NPC models look absolutely horrendous, yet you still have the capabilities to perfectly model their boobs, their ass, and their toes? You can't even see them in the game. I'm pretty sure Emma's ass has...
Someone took way too much time modeling certain characters.
More polygons in the entirety of the city.
Jeez.
I'm not complaining about that, by the way. Question 5. Why are you not subscribed yet? Question 6. Why does the Pokestop guy tell me he can find my lost balls? But then when I talk to him again, he not only gives me my lost balls back, but then proceeds to tell me that if I talk to him again, he can find my lost balls. Why do you think I'm here, man? That's the only thing you do. Question 7. Why are there hardly any NPCs? You would think that because they're standing still, it would be easy to render hundreds. You can have 10. How's that? Hey, but at least they have good dialogue.
I love my old apartment, but I'd love an elevator even more.
Bro.
Yeah, so the NPCs suck and...
This is... What the fuck is wrong with this guy's eyes? Is it just the way he's angled? It looks like he's got black eyes. What the hell? Like his whole eye is black. His ass.
Absolutely no life to the party. Look at this dude. He clearly doesn't want to talk to this AI girl, but he's permanently trapped in this inevitable conversation. I'm sorry. I even tried to do a time-lapse shot to see how much movement the NPCs would do, and...
nothing. This was a kind of common.
What happened?
You have missed nothing. Absolutely, positively nothing.
But besides the NPCs, what else brings life to this city? Oh yeah, right, the music. Let's not kid ourselves here. The music is absolutely phenomenal and it deserves praise. Kind of. I want to love this song, but it is the only song that plays in the open world. That is insanity. Doesn't matter if you leave this building, or the sewers, or this cafe.
They did not invest into any music at all.
Too much of any good thing is gonna get boring after a while, so after like 15 hours of playing, I turned the music off.
Yeah.
Have a listen.
Yikes.
It sounds like nothing, because the sound design in this game is abysmal. Excluding Pokemon sounds, I think I can count every SFX on my fingers. We got water, footsteps, footsteps on grass, footsteps on marble, random background chatter, entering a room, elevator, picking up an item, picking up a rarer item. Am I missing any? Honestly, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna hear any of this shit over the music. Anyway, you want to talk about the parkour?
Please don't.
That's me, about to attempt a backflip on stream.
No.
Ah, fuck.
I was a little scared, not gonna lie, but I eventually sent it.
Ow.
And I kind of missed the mattress. Turns out the helmet only really protects your head.
Dude, my knee hurts so bad. That would have broken my knee if I was 20 years older, straight up.
Anyway, that was a while ago. Since then, I've been aching for some good parkour. Allow me to be the one to tell you, Pokemon delivered. One of the most dogshit parkour experiences I've ever seen. Like walking on railings, climbing up ladders, and sometimes even doing a somersault.
Whoa. Wait, how do I jump? Can I not get this?
You can't jump. So my follow-up question is,
God.
what is this doing here? Gee, I sure love that I see the item right there, but I can't get to it because I can't jump.
You can't
What
jump
is this,
or
Jupiter?
climb up.
All of these parkour sections boil down to climb a ladder, walk across a beam, and yeah, that's about it. I don't even have
why
anything else
is
to
this
say about
here?
them. They're just kind of there. I'm not even sure why they're there. Obviously, it's construction, but what are they constructing in the middle of this park? Maybe we'll find out in the paid DLC.
Oh
also,
my
sometimes you'll
gosh.
find one that just seems impossible. That's because you need this movement ability.
Game Freak Sound
What is
Department.
it? It's
Oh
the
no,
ability
yeah.
to walk off buildings and then kind of slowly levitate back up. Look, I can appreciate unique ideas, and this is definitely one of them, but seriously, who thought this was better than just a jump? My main issue with this is that you can only use it while you're falling. You gotta walk off a building and then awkwardly wait until you can press the button to jump, and then it barely gives you any height. It's only useful on rooftops. Oh, yeah, rooftops. There are rooftops in this game.
Apparently...
There's nothing particularly special about them. They all look the same. Sometimes you can find Pokemon on them. There's elevators that go to a few, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what your $100 gets you.
Oh my gosh.
This
Absolutely
is fake
nothing.
money, by the way. But do you know what you can buy with $100? Hollow Knight, Celeste, Minecraft, a cheeseburger, toilet paper, more toilet paper, a car.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding,
literally.
a pizza. Fuck it, 10 pizzas. Wait, we still have money left over? Moist.
No, no. $100 could get you at least 2 large pizzas and just a good couple of sides to go with it. That's a nice sized pizza party right there. And then we can't make a platformer. They have Mario. Oh my gosh.
Pringles, a sponge. Oh wait, we're over budget. Never mind. Actually, go back to the car. Did you know there are cars in this game? Sorry, car. One car. The car.
Did they
it doesn't drive, it doesn't move, and
Did they just add it? They ported. It feels like they just ported the whole city from the original game. Gave it some higher, slightly polish. But the thing is, this car was supposed to help you get around the city, and there's no way that this does that. The fuck?
there's no gas station, so I guess it'll just
The
sit
ice
here.
cream.
What is the point of this thing? You got all these taxi drivers ready to go and all these roads already paved. Why even have roads at that point? Just let us drive this thing to take it out of its misery. Why can't we just have any form of movement? Pokemon X and Y had roller skates.
Yeah, really, they did. That was...
Why not bring those back? Or a bike? Or a
That
skateboard?
wasn't too bad.
Or a hoverboard? It's the future. You guys have so much wiggle room. Hell, let me ride my Pokemon. This whole world feels so goddamn
that's the
video
more
game-y.
practical
Why are there items
thing you
scattered
could
all
do.
over the floor? So the player has something to pick up? Why are there rocks in the middle of alleyways? So the player has something to break? Why is there a ladder attached to the outside of a high-rise? Because there's Pokemon up there. Why are there Pokemon up there? Because you're gonna go up there. Don't ask questions, because when you do, the game just falls apart.
It does fall apart.
Anyway, you want to leave? If you go to the train station, you can... Hang on. It takes a second. You can board the train. It'll say, are you sure? If you board that train, you'll leave Tawny and the others behind. Don't care. But, you have unfinished business here.
Oh my
Lumios.
gosh.
Do you really? Please, let me the out. Holy shit, it's working. I'm actually leaving Lumios. There is more to this map.
Where are we going? Can you imagine? This is how you get to Legends Arceus?
No.
Wait, what? Where are we? How strange, you must have nodded off here on the bench. Really? So it was a dream sequence? F off.
Bro.
Why do they hype this shit up like it's actually gonna do something? It's honestly hard to express just how much of a letdown this is.
Why
after
was
seeing
this
that
even
first
here?
teaser trailer.
Oh my god, what the f is this?
Oh my god!
I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's cool.
Yeah, this is the problem, is that people need to wait for the gameplay to come out before you make judgments like this. I feel the OG Lumios game had more thought and details on this. It did. It did. That's the thing. That's the frustrating thing.
Obviously, this wasn't...
But even though that game was really half-baked by itself, this feels like half-baked version of a half-baked game.
Actually gameplay, but it was a peek into a vision. You gotta just imagine how much possibility there was here. Lumios was modeled after Paris, which is a massive city, with iconic landmarks, beautiful scenery, and how about a massive catacomb network directly beneath the city?
The problem is, Pokemon Company, especially the American branch, has been captured by cultural bullshit, the same shit that America's been trying to get the fuck out of this place for a while. Not every company is willing to let go. Nintendo is one of those. Specifically, the Pokemon Company of America. They don't like adding things that, I guess you could say, elevate certain people because of how they look. It is the best way I can phrase that. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. Maybe the Noodles have fun with this game, but nah, both ZA and Violet, Scarlet, Bollocks. Yeah, I didn't like Scarlet either. Yeah, it was Scarlet.
How do you mess this up? This was the first time returning to Lumiose in over a decade. And for many, including myself,
was it really over a decade ago? There's no way.
Time in Lumiose. And this is the best you can do? One biome.
I'm sorry, we have to look this up. There's no way. So this came out this year, right? There's no way it's been more than a year. Or been more than 10 years. Fuck. Are you kidding me? Fuck me, man. Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's just been 12 years since the Gen 6 games.
One biome, one song, and one car that doesn't even drive. The city isn't dead because of its bad graphics, though we'll get to that. It's dead because nothing's happening in it. Nobody fights in these Pokemon arenas, or eats at these cafes, or shops in the mall, or goes home. I hate it here. But I can't really leave, so I guess we're gonna have to play the game. Believe it or not, there's more to this game than just walking around this shit. You wanna go catch some Pokemon?
I mean, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Catching Pokemon has been the cornerstone of every Pokemon game. The concept is simple. You go out into the wild, find a Pokemon, or they find you, do a little bit of combat, throw one of your balls at them, and if you're lucky, you'll catch them. Now that Pokemon is yours, and you can use it to fight other Pokemon. In Legends EA, it's a little different though. You don't catch Pokemon in the wild. Instead, the city has installed wild zones. These are sectioned off parts of the city that, yeah, you guessed it, you catch Pokemon in them. Each wild zone has its own recommended level. For instance, Wild Zone 1 has a recommended level of 5. So most Pokemon in there are going to be level 5 or below. Each wild zone has its own unique set of Pokemon. Like Wild Zone 1 has Weedle, Pichu, Scatterbug, Fletchling, Pidgey, Mareep, and Bunnelby. If you want them, you get them here. But if you want a Gyarados, you're gonna have to go to Wild Zone 11, with a recommended level of 32. Got it? Great. Now let's talk shit.
Fantastic.
Let's start by asking a question. What are these wild zones doing here? We're told that this is some urban redevelopment plan, which the goal of is to bring Pokemon and humans closer together. First of all, why? What exactly are the Pokemon doing that benefits the city? There's already some NPCs that have Pokemon and they just kinda stand there. But secondly, and most importantly, is it really the solution to this bullshit problem to let these psychopathic Pokemon into your city? And not even just into your city, but onto your neighborhood blocks and parks, monuments, canals, streets, rooftops, plazas, graveyards? Why is this here? These all feel so random. Literally anything and everything can just be a wild zone. This plaza could be a wild zone. Actually,
I think their mindset is that technically these Pokemon were always going to be here without a dedicated wild zone or not anyways. So why not just give them these spots? Now, here's the thing. If you had the rest of Kalos with this probably would have been a great game. But they didn't add the rest of Kalos into this game. So, it's just...
is a wild zone. These will just pop up throughout the story. 1 second it's a residential street, and the next day, you're getting criminally shafted by 15 different Pokemon.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
Where are these Pokemon even coming?
What the hell? Also, I don't know why my voice is giving out. I'm sorry, guys.
From. This city is built like Attack on Titan with these big-ass walls.
Jesus. Oh my god.
What are they, climbing in and then stumbling into their specific wild zone? Last time I checked, when you build a prison, prisoners don't just show up inside. So what, do they have some guy risking his life bringing back these murderous Pokemon into their city?
Jesus.
I don't know, maybe. But even still, how does this unite Pokemon and humans? You're literally the only person that goes inside these wild zones. You're the only person that catches Pokemon. Heck, even the representative of the Lumiose safety group is against this shit. There's a moment in the story where the citizens try to argue the wild zones are unsafe, which they are. You can literally walk down the road and die to Pokemon, but your team responds with, "That's ridiculous." And then you fight him. You fight the representative of safety in Lumiose, and when you beat him, they call him a defeated villain.
What the fuck?
I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get to the story. Anyway, let's talk about the actual gameplay of these wild zones.
They also have the obnoxious hairstyles too,
Pokemon
which is
actually
they have the obnoxious hairstyles, which is usually telling.
Move. Kind of. If your controller happens to die right as you're standing in front of a Pokemon, they might just see you. Once they see you, they're gonna start attacking you. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? Oh wait, no, they're not attacking you, they're attacking your Pokemon. Which you have 6 of, by the way. Hang on, let me go take a bathroom break. Great, we're still alive.
Really?
Let's, throw a Pokeball at him.
What?
Nice, we got one. What else is there in this wild
What
zone?
the fuck?
Oh, not much. Let's go for something a little more rare. I called my friend Emil to find an Eevee. Alright, thank you so much.
No worries, man. Thank you. Bye.
And of course, right as I find it, it just becomes night.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
Are you fucking kidding me?
Eevees don't spawn at night, but no worries, I'll just set it back to day, right?
No.
You can literally be one beep away from catching a Pokemon and it can just switch to night. It's really
Oh
not
my
even
god,
that rare.
that's so
It happens
annoying.
to Emil as well.
Okay, so now it's nighttime, while I was in the middle of a fight, and the fight is nowhere to be found, and the alpha Pokemon
Are you
is
kidding
way
me?
over there.
Hey, what's an alpha Pokemon?
Oh god, these
Alphas are
things.
bigger, badder versions of normal Pokemon. They got glowing red eyes and way too much goddamn health. If you just try to catch him, he's going to escape. So, of course, you gotta weaken him with attacks. I'm not gonna talk about the combat yet, but just know that if you press buttons, you're probably fine. Once he's weak, you can throw one of your good Pokeballs at him and...
Yeah.
Well, fuck. He escaped. And by escape, I of course mean turn small and disappear. But
Jeez.
seriously, why are alphas like this? You can spend several minutes beating an alpha because of their insanely large health pool and then just not even catch
Get
it.
it. Please, please, please. Oh, after all that, I swear to God, this fucking game, dude.
That kind
Yeah,
of is
really.
the only real difficulty to catching Pokemon, which is of course whether or not the Pokemon spawns and whether or not the ball catches them. You can
Yeah,
increase your odds
that
with
feels
better
like even more
Pokeballs or just
bullshit than
increase-
the last. At least in Arceus, you could always just mitigate it by getting a higher quality ball. But if even the Ultra Balls are this hard, yeah, that's a problem.
your overall catch rate, or you can just save your game before you catch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just save your
I
game, close
hate
the
that
game,
so much.
open the game, and try again. And if it doesn't work, do that again. I'm surprised that they didn't patch this, but honestly, I'm glad that they didn't.
It's the
If you're
only
someone that
way
wants
you
to
can
fill out your
succeed,
Pokédex,
apparently.
this is
That's
gonna
so
save you
ridiculous.
days. If you consider that cheating, then let me give you some other advice. This is the catching mechanics for dummies. Backstrikes do 2x, divide that by 295%,
Oh my gosh.
multiplied by 1.7 for the ordinary plus stalls, multiplied by 69,
Oh no.
Take the square root of the coefficient. Why is this so complicated? You guys really made the most complex catching system possibly ever that you can just work around by clicking save. Anyways, let's talk about
really.
the other half of catching Pokemon, which of course is
Combat, yeah.
combat. Remember at the beginning of the video when I said,
for 3 decades it was the same battles with the same menus using the same moves?
well, I was
Basically,
talking
yeah.
about the combat. There's been 38 main series Pokemon games that all utilize the same turn-based combat mechanic. It even inspired the Pokemon card game. Sure, the
Basically, yeah.
graphics got better, the UI looks a little different. Of course, it was a different console, but really, at its heart, this combat system hasn't changed. Or at least until Legends ZA came out. Finally, after literally waiting decades, fans would experience Poke Battles in a unique way. One that wasn't just a copy-paste of a reused formula.
Wait,
Hey.
like you're actively actually moving out? Oh!
Bro.
I have to respect that. No matter how much I hate this combat system, I'm very confident that they spent a lot of time working on this. There is so much detail here. So many different moves, so many different interactions. This was a massive experiment, and they even tried to do boss fights. I love boss fights and fast-paced action, so this seemed right up my alley. Plus, it looked a lot more fun than exploring a dead city, a boring wild zone, or spamming through dialogue with
I apologize if I'm not saying much. I'm mostly just letting him speak, but it's mostly just the same shit. It's like I have no faith that the combat has been any better. It's just more automated, or he's already shown samples of it where the combat barely does anything, especially when you're trying to catch some Pokemon. Yeah, I have no faith that this has gotten any better.
Tawny. All my friends even told me that the combat is where this game gets good. And to be
And
honest
also,
with you,
I will die on the hill that
all my friends even told me that the combat is where this game gets
that fucking Nintendo stole from Palworld on this one. Just saying.
good. And to be honest with you, I think that they were all absolutely Wrong. Seriously, to everyone who thinks this combat is amazing, what the fuck are you talking about? Sure, the concept is cool, and it looks very bright and colorful, but in execution, this falls apart in just about every way.
Yeah.
Let's start with the combat interface. These 4 icons represent your different attacks. What do you think this triangle logo means? Not very effective. What about the circle logo? Neutral. But a circle with a dot means super effective. What about no logo? Well, no logo is a status move. Unless you're trying to hit an environmental object like a rock or a sludge ball. Then all your attacks will have no logo. Wait, but what about this circle logo? Oh, well that circle logo isn't a circle logo on a logo. It's just a circle logo. What about the circle logo below the circle logo on a logo? You know what? Fuck that. My brain hurts. These logos make no intuitive
The fucking normal type was confusing the people.
sense, and they aren't even consistent. If X means the attack does bullshit, then why not put X when the attack does bullshit? Above every enemy Pokemon, you'll see another stupid interface. The 5 dots of doom. From left to right, they are attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. I think, who knows? Who cares? Apparently not the game devs. They don't give a shit to teach you any of this.
They were trying
made
to...
a 2-hour tutorial.
Okay, so here's the thing. That's actually a really good, like... I think that's a really good way to kind of highlight whether... What kind of status... boosts it have. It's not like perfect, but it does at least show you, hey, this is what the stats that got boosted, and you can't tell. I don't think you can. It shows you which got boosted, but that's still better than most. It's a step in the right direction. I personally liked how Pokemon Reborn handled theirs, but that's just me.
Teach you any of the nuances of combat. You know what it does teach you? Hold ZL to target Pokemon.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what? To their credit, that is the only thing you need to know how to do. Near the end of the story, there's a Pokemon tournament.
Oh my gosh.
In
I've
it,
seen
you have
so
to fight
much
3
crap about
trainers
this
back to
character.
back. As a joke, I said I'd only press the A button. So I did. I pressed A, waited until the attack recharged, and pressed A again. And I won.
Holy shit,
Damn.
bro.
So I did it again on the next tournament match. This time with Y, and surprise, surprise, I won again. Then again, and again.
Did I win? Are you fucking kidding me?
I beat the entire tournament by literally pressing one button over and over again.
Jesus.
This is a bigger problem than just the user interface. There is no strategy.
This is literally like where the meme comes in. Like, holy fuck, game of the year, and it's just... It is just an entire, like, fucking PlayStation console with only one button available. Pokemon has fallen so far, yeah.
Combat UI tells you that a certain attack is going to be super effective. Why would you think about using any other attack? The opponent will never block it or dodge it. In fact, you don't even need to see the opponent. They rarely, if ever, attack you. They're usually focused on your Pokemon, so you just kind of end up standing there awkwardly. Dealing damage just becomes dumbed down to click the logo with the most amount of circles. And for the most part, avoiding damage is out of your control. You can't tell your Pokemon to dodge a move or back away. You'll have to watch your Pokemon walk straight into attacks, and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can really control is what Pokemon you put on your team.
I feel like for dodging though, I feel like that should have been like its own, like, the Pokemon are kind of, it's up to the Pokemon to dodge. Like, maybe add a bit of RNG to it, and that's kind of how you go about it, based on speed or something. Evasion, actually. Evasion only. Maybe also aided by speed, who knows. It could have been an interesting thing if they had added a dodge mechanic, but then I think that would have added a bunch of its own problems doing that. I'm not sure.
But even that hardly matters. You could design the most undiversified garbage team and still win every battle. It's not just low difficulty, it's no difficulty.
Yeah, really.
But to be fair, that's fighting other Pokemon. What about fighting trainers? Every single night, the battle zone will become activated.
He did just explain that the fucking tournament he won with a single button.
It's like Wild Zones, they're sectioned off parts of the city, but instead of catching Pokemon here, you fight brain-dead NPCs that stare at walls. Sounds fun, right? These lifeless husks are here to fight, but apparently only you. There is no battling in the battle zone, and this game costs $70. Game Freak, what are you guys doing? None of these NPCs can fight simultaneously, only one at a time and always against you. Well damn, isn't that just convenient? And there is no variety in them either. All of them have the same level Pokemon, the same number of Pokemon, and the same stupid ass NPC brain. Did you guys make these NPCs blind or something? I can throw throw a Pokeball at this dude's skull and he has no idea. What is he, Superman? This shit doesn't feel like a battle zone, it feels like a beta test. Oh, and don't even get me started on this user interface. What is all this shit? In the top right is your wins, which is irrelevant. Below that is prize medals, then tickets, then you got side quests below that. Does this all need to be here? No, of course not. I never look at any of this shit. In fact, if I could, I would turn off this entire user interface. Hell, I'd turn off battle zones. You know, maybe I'd even turn off combat. Unfortunately, I still have more to talk about though.
Okay.
When you get further into the game's story, you unlock Megas. They make your Pokemon go from small to big. It doesn't change anything about how the combat works, it doesn't change your movesets. It just kind of makes everything brighter, more sparkly, and of course they do more damage.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, we really needed more of that. And if that's still not enough damage for you, you can of course use items. Remember how in the older games you would have to waste a turn to use items? How do you think Game Freak balanced that in real-time combat?
They didn't.
The answer is, of course, they didn't. You can pause mid-fight and revive your Pokemon. No ands, buts, ifs, or ors, there's no catches here. Also, you can just use all your XP candy to overlevel your Pokemon. Cause I'm sure you're gonna need to do that, especially for those boss fights. Oh,
yeah,
right,
really?
Boss fights. Throughout this game's story, you'll encounter many Mega Evolved Pokemon, which are bosses. I'm not gonna blue ball you on this one. I really don't like these boss fights. The feeling I got from beating them wasn't joy, it was relief.
I'm glad that's over.
This entire system just isn't built for boss fights. The boss's attention is split between the player and the Pokemon. That means the majority of the fight you're just gonna stand there. It doesn't help that every boss fight has the exact same music in the exact same arena. An arena that we just randomly get teleported to. Where are we? What is this? Why is it a circle? This is so weird. The only thing that gives this fight tension is the music. And no, it's not this music. It's this.
Jesus.
What the fuck is that? It sounds like they overlaid 15 different dubstep songs over one another. I'm playing the other shit.
They remixed the remix
also,
of a
did I
remix.
mention that you don't actually have to fight the bosses? Whenever you do these battles, you're always with a team member, and the team members have infinite Pokemon. So a streamer named Pixel Parakeet was able to abuse that and beat all the bosses without even attacking them.
Let's go! You did it!
Damn.
Also, even if you do die, you can just respawn with however much damage you dealt.
Continue with previous progress?
So there's no downside to losing. And
yeah,
winning
really?
doesn't feel like you accomplished anything. This combat isn't strategic, it isn't creative, and it's not deep. I honestly think the reason people like this combat is the same reason people like slot machines. They're colorful, they're vibrant, they have a lot of sound effects, but really, you're just pressing a button. If that's really all you want to do, then press the like button. Thanks. Anyway, at least there's some strategy.
I don't do that enough because I personally find it to be cringe, but at the same time, I'm realizing more and more that we live in a brain-dead world. And if you don't constantly remind people to do certain things, you just don't make that kind of progress. It's really kind of stupid, but it is what it is, I guess.
And
oh no, not the online.
Yeah, this game has online multiplayer. Of course, you need to pay for Nintendo Switch Online. What's a little more? Of course you do. At least now you don't have to suffer alone anymore. Hey, look at that! I have a mystery gift waiting for me. I love mystery gifts. Oh, it's an extra side quest. How exciting.
What the
Let's
fuck?
Just play online. The first thing you do is choose your battle team. Oh, did you not make a battle team? You could just use your current party then. Oh, actually, you have too many Pokemon on this team. Why don't you manage your teams? Wait, but that's not my team. Oh, you wanted to manage your current party? Yeah, no, you can't do that here. You're gonna have to leave online to remove those team members. What?
Oh
really?
my gosh.
Okay, fine. How many do I have to remove? You have too many. Yeah, I know, dipshit. Let's try 5. Nope. 4. Nope. 3.
Is it 3?
There we go. Why couldn't I just edit that in this menu? Whatever, I changed my party in-game. Let me just register them as my battle team while I'm at it.
Yeah, that's...
Wait, what the fuck? I can't select them from my battle team as well? But then if I do put them in the battle team, I have to rebuild my party every single time I play online?
What the fuck?
This is so stupid. Why does this game hate me? F this, I'm using random Pokemon. Everyone's gonna be the same level in the game anyway, right? Let's just play.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a waste of 5 minutes.
What?
Here, let me give you the recap. Once upon a time, I got this red glowy shit. It made my Garchomp super strong, so I killed this guy in one shot. After that, I stole 2 kills because these guys were weak. Then I went for an old-fashioned strategy called click the button with the most circles. And then something happened, I think, and then it ended. Cinema.
I mean, did they lower his Pokemon to match the level? What the fuck?
Okay, jokes aside, what is going on in this online
What is going on? What the fuck is this?
First of all, there are 3 maps. Yes, 1, 2, 3. That's all the maps. Seriously, of all the battle arenas you guys could have dreamed up, this is the one you went with? Like what? Did someone see this random street and think, yeah, that's the one. This is our street map. Anyway, why can't you sprint in these? Is there a reason, or do you just not like the human race? How can I take this shit seriously? He's like calmly jogging. What makes this even more weird is they keep spawning these power-ups in the middle of the fight. When they do spawn, everybody wants to get it, but it's more like a walking race.
Jeez.
Oh, dang it. Anyway, if you get the red one, you're gonna one-shot almost everybody. Perfectly balanced.
Damn.
Once you get a kill, you can go grab other power-ups, and it usually just kind of snowballs. I do think there's some cool strategies, like using your Mega Evolution to dodge an attack, but everything else about it is just so meh. You can tell there was 0 heart put into this. I don't hate it, but I don't
even know what's happening.
You can't unlock every Mega Pokemon without paying for and playing online.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, and they're also only available during seasons. So if you miss it, you'll have to wait for the next one to come around.
Jesus.
Assuming there is a next one. One day, they're gonna shut these servers down, and when they do, it will be impossible to get these megas.
That's exactly what they're hoping for.
Maybe the game devs will add...
Here's the thing, though. They are hoping that you will be using their online service to maintain your Pokemon bank. And if you don't have everything that you were meant to get in the time frame that they made it available, you're out of luck. And if you don't save it in your Pokebank, well, you're out of luck too. And if you don't use the Pokebank, well, you're out of luck too. It's really bullshit. The definition of wasted potential. It's not even there's no potential here, it's just greed. They just ported a fucking city from one of the games, fleshed it out in a half-baked way, and just decided that that was good enough.
Some other way to get them, who knows. At least they look good. Hey, you want to know what doesn't look good?
Yeah, the rest of the graphics.
Windows are pictures, walls are pictures, floors are pictures.
Yep.
Water is a GIF.
Yep.
Remember, all this footage is on Switch 2. You want to see Switch 1? Oh boy. I'm just kidding. Everything is just lower resolution, and it can barely hold 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
Good times. Is it playable? Yeah, unfortunately. They definitely designed this game for the Switch 1, and then jerry-rigged in a Switch 2 version for extra...
Yeah. The fact that this came in so soon after the announcement of Switch 2 tells me that they originally designed it for Switch 1 and realized they needed to port it over, so they kind of threw it together.
Stupid concept. Pay more money for the same game. If I wanted to improve a game, I would just use Wand.
Wow.
Look, I've never done a sponsor before, but this is one
of
those.
Is this a sponsor?
Before I even talk about it, I just want to say thank you. Y'all are the reason that I'm even able to get this sponsorship, and thank you to Wand as well for supporting this video. Now, let's talk about Wand. So, while making this video, I played a lot of Silksong. I'm trying to get better at the speedrun. But this game is really hard and I need all the help I can get. That's where Wand comes in handy. With one click, I can install Wand and it will automatically find all my installed games. When you launch a game through Wand, it gives you access to an in-game overlay. This will let you modify the game in real time. So when I'm practicing speedrunning, I can increase the game speed. That makes spamming through dialogue a lot faster, but you can do a lot more than just that. You could give yourself God mode, faster attacks, a rosary multiplier, if you hate the benches as much as I do.
Jesus!
Wand is ridiculously easy to install
and
try,
holy
and
crap.
It now supports over 3,500 games seamlessly. This week only, Wand is offering 25% off of their annual Pro subscription. This is the lowest price they offer all year, and the best time to unlock the full Wand experience. So if you're like me,
so you're paying to just
modify
modify your game when you could probably just dig into the files and modify it yourself instead.
Already own.
Okay, cool.
Give Wand a try today. Click the link in the description and use code WANDBF25. And thank you so much for sponsoring the video, Wand. Let's go back to Pokemon.
Great.
Ugh. I forgot how bad this game looks. So what the hell is going on? Why does this game look so bad? Well, there's actually one very big reason. It's called game optimization. I'm gonna make it stupid easy to understand. Switch has limited processing power, so game developer has to be strategic in how he uses that processing power. Maybe they don't need to render the entire map at once, but rather just the section you're in. So why do I bring this up? Well, because that's what this game does. It renders all of Lumiose at the same time permanently.
Oh my gosh.
I cannot with words express how fucking stupid this is.
Yeah, I don't understand, because even when they claim it was open world, in many areas there were regions you could absolutely unload and basically make it so that only certain parts of it are visible depending on where you're at. There's plenty of optimization tricks that you could do to make an open world game look great without taking too much away from it. But Nintendo is probably one of the worst people to be able to do this.
They made the entire map one asset. This pisses me off because the Switch 1 is absolutely capable of running this game in 60 frames per second. If Odyssey can do it, this can sure as shit do it. But these deadbeat lazy developers just didn't feel like optimizing, I guess. Or, call me cynical, but would they rather just watch you pay $10 for their stupid ass upgrade fee? Now they get to profit off being fucking lazy. And while it's on my mind, this Switch 2 edition is bar none the worst one I've ever seen. Let's see what you get.
There's no difference.
Performance. Wow, thanks for being so specific. Enhanced resolution. Really? Can anyone tell the difference between these two videos?
No! In fact, the Switch 1 looks better.
By the way, I flipped these. The Switch 2 version is actually on the right side. How many of y'all picked up on that? The only other difference is the frame rate. The Switch 2 edition runs in 60
so maybe
FPS.
I was wrong.
So let's get this straight. They unlocked
So he did a switcheroo without me realizing it. Okay, so what I thought was Switch 1 looking better was actually Switch 2. Okay, fair.
Bumped the resolution. That is all they did. And you want to know how much they made off that? Off just the upgrade packs alone. $30 million.
Oh my gosh.
In the first week. Who knows where it's at now? Alright, we've talked about the world, we've talked about combat, catching Pokemon. Let's actually jump into the meat and potatoes of the subject.
Oh gosh, not the story. The stories were always weird.
Look, I get how someone
Gen 6 was a really weird story. Like, I got to, like, I was on my way to the 6th gym. Or maybe I was on my way to the 5th gym, I don't remember. And some of the dialogue, it's just like, it feels like they just, like, tug at your heartstrings just to chop it off. And it's so weird. It's such a weird and pointless fucking story.
Appreciate this game as a whole. It can be fun to run around and catch Pokemon and fill out your Pokédex. But this story is just inexcusable. A complete waste of 30 hours. Trust me, there's a lot to talk about, but before we even get into it, we need to address the fact that there is no voice acting in this entire game.
They've never done a lot of voice acting.
Of which there's only 15 minutes of. What possible reason could you have for not hiring voice actors? Did you really think that silence was better, or was it just
They literally just never had voice actors. It's just that's just them doing the status quo.
It's too expensive. This makes every cutscene just feel so awkward.
But also, yes, voice actors are expensive.
I try to ignore it, but the silence is deafening. Anyway, let's actually get into the story. The first cutscene that we see establishes that Prism Tower is leaking some kind of energy. Cut to you arriving in Lumiose as a tourist. This is where you meet Tawny. As she's talking, an advertisement starts playing on a building. Basically, this lady talks about the Urban Redevelopment Plan, or as I like to call it, the fucking stupid plan. The goal of it is to build a bunch of wild zones so that humans and Pokemon can live in harmony together.
Okay.
After her jaw-dropping speech, she drops the subtlest hint of all time. The mega evolution of Lumiose City is coming.
Okay.
I wonder what that could mean. Anyway, your bag gets stolen, Tawny gives you a Pokemon, you do a little fight, and after that she takes you back to the hotel. You meet AZ. He's the manager, but he was also in the first cutscene, so he knows there's something wrong with Prism Tower. The next morning, Tawny introduces you to the ZA Royale. It's basically a tournament to find the strongest Pokemon trainer. You start at Z, and you have to do promotion matches to go up a letter. If you're wondering how this tournament connects to the overall story, me too. I think at this point the writers just forgot.
I feel like they just decided, oh wait, we need to find a reason to name to tie your title in with the game, because X and Y, you could they said like, oh yeah, it's just because of the shape of the Pokemon. Scarlet, Violet, the colors of the Pokemon. Gold and Silver were based on the colors of the Pokemon too. I mean, so was Red and Blue. Basically, most games were based on the colors of the legendaries, and then they kind of ran out of colors to do that with, I guess, and they kind of just stopped doing that around Gen 6, really, actually. Wait, no voice actors? Yeah, no. There's never been. This is literally the embodiment of Sin and Creed. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, I don't know if that was a factor, but OG Pokemon series were just freaking straightforward, yeah.
What the story was, so they just changed it. Just forget about all that Prism Tower shit. It won't be relevant for another 25 hours. The new story is about reaching rank A in the ZA Royale. Why?
Okay.
Well, because. Be a better Pokemon trainer because that's better than being a worse Pokemon trainer.
This is cinema,
Strap
okay.
in, buddy. You got a long story ahead of you.
That meme was pretty clever.
How about we start by meeting your new team? It's got Tawny, you, Naveen, and the leader, Lida. Get it? 'Cause Lida, leader. So what does Team MZ do? Well, not much yet. For the first half of the game, they just kind of eat food. Or, I guess, stare at the food. We never actually see them eat. I should also point out that every single conversation goes something like this. You won a battle? You're crazy. You must be the best trainer ever. It's honestly annoying, because instead of spending time developing characters, they always waste a minute just gassing you up. And like, we haven't even done anything yet. We are quite literally the lowest level rank in the city. Why is everyone in this game sucking my dick? Your first ranked match is against a taxi driver. One of my favorite lines from him is,
I'm going to reach rank A and abolish all forms of transit in Lumios.
Damn.
Except taxis.
Hang on, except taxis? What the fuck are you talking about? There is no
He wants a monopoly, that's what he wants.
It's one car, the car. At this point, you're probably pretty close to uninstalling. But hang on a second. After your first ranked match, you have approximately 2 reasons to keep playing.
Oh no, God. Wow. Bro.
That should hold you off for a while. This is Emma the detective. She wears a wetsuit and apparently she's the best detective in Lumios.
Bro.
I wonder why.
Wow.
The next morning, you meet Ivor. Ivor is the leader of a Pokemon cult called the Fist of Justice. Their goal is to let Pokemon and humans live harmoniously together. Oh wow, that sounds like the urban redevelopment
I mean, that just kind of sounds like a fucking karate club, honestly. And Sun and Moon also fit at the moment. But X and Y is so effing stupid, yeah. I mean, at least Sun and Moon fit the themes. So it's a bit hard to justify the names.
But these guys have a different plan. Ivor thinks that instead of trapping these psychopathic Pokemon in wild zones, we should just open them to the city.
Damn.
Wow, what a fucking stupid idea. Let the wild Pokemon that are killing people out? He even says himself it's gonna be dangerous, but he's gonna help train people to fight back. Genius. I guess the elderly and the kids will just have to die.
Damn.
Again, I want to just point out, people and Pokemon are already living side by side. Is the goal just to have more wild Pokemon in the city? Why the fuck does everyone want this so bad? There is no motivation, it's just dog shit. At this point, the story just stops again. Absolutely nothing happens for hours, and your only goal is to keep ranking up in the ZA Royale. Isn't that a fun story?
Jesus.
Also, the ZA Royale doesn't even make sense. When you get matched with an opponent, you can't just go fight them. That would be too simple. Instead, you have to get challengers tickets. To get them, you have to go to combat zones and fight these brain-dead idiots.
Oh
my god. None of them are hard, it's just tedious. But it gets worse. The more you rank up, the more tickets you'll need. Rank Z to Y is only 1,000, but rank B to A is 45,000.
Why is this a thing you need to do?
I hate these. It's even more annoying that you can talk to your opponent.
I don't even think the more recent battle stories ever did anything like this. What the fuck? That is insane.
But all they say is,
oh, you don't have enough challenger tickets.
I hate them. I hate this.
Oh my gosh.
What a horrible concept.
That's the reason why this game took so long.
Once you reach rank V, the story starts again.
More than anything.
You find this odd-looking dog Pokemon, and he leads you to a Pokemon that's on the verge of Mega Evolving. Oh boy, boss fight. Emma will tell you that this is super painful and you need to help him. But how do we help it?
Oh jeez.
By beating the living shit out of it.
Apparently.
Once you kill the Pokemon, he turns into a marble. Or a Mega Stone, I guess. You can use it to torture your Mega Evolve your Pokemon.
Okay.
Now the story stops again.
Oh my god.
Go back to the ZA Royale and play and play and play. I do sure hope the story comes back. Occasionally someone will drop a line like, oh, there's mega evolving Pokemon in the city, but they really just can't put a finger on what's causing it. This is so frustrating because they literally show you what's causing it. It's the tower. Obviously it's the tower. You guys know it's the tower. Why are you doing nothing about it?
It's probably more along the lines of they're claiming that they don't actually know what part of the tower is causing it or something like that. I don't know. I'm giving way too much justification to these people.
Oh, hey look, the dog's back. One day when you wake up, that weird dog is outside your hotel. For some reason, now it wants to fight you. So you beat up this poor dog and then it gives you a rock. I'm sure this won't be like the biggest plot point in the story. Why'd the music stop? In the next section, we learn about a group of gangsters called the Rust Syndicate. They're basically a bunch of loan sharks. And it turns out Tawny took a loan from them for $100,000. Why is everyone in this game so stupid? Anyway, since you're Tawny's friend, they turn you into an indentured servant. They make you clean a warehouse, clean the sewers, and then they just forgive the $100,000 loan. What the fuck? Where was any of this going? It finally felt like they were introducing an antagonist. I mean, he was able to stay at the hotel and pay with air.
He did not give him anything, bro. They didn't have the wherewithal to just put, like, I don't know, money into his hand.
We are reaching impressive levels of laziness, gentlemen. Look at this stupid-ass fist bump he gives me. What even is this? Could they not just...
This is on par with what I expect from Nintendo.
Animate a normal fist bump? I'm so sick of this shit. As you're playing through the story, the game will occasionally throw you some boss fights. Here, let's rapid fire my thoughts with one word to describe each boss fight. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Trash. Forgettable. Boring. Smash. Pass. Annoying. Bad. Worse. Fuck. Marry. Kill. Okay. Why? Interesting. This
what
next
the
part
fuck?
Of the story
That's not a
is
bug?
So irrelevant and
oh
stupid,
god lord. That is so obnoxious. What the fuck?
This next part of the story is so irrelevant and stupid, but I need you to see it. Please. Remember Ivor? Well, he can't find his sister Gwen. Apparently, she went to this fountain, but she's not here. Oh no, where did she go? Detective Emma comes up with one of the most ridiculous theories I've ever heard. What if she froze the fountain, which drains this pool, and just so happens to have an entrance into the sewers? Then in the sewers, what if she was behind a locked door? And what if behind that locked door, there was an invisible wall? That's her theory. What a stupid theory. There's literally no way that's right. Every single part of it was right. Now, I love this part. Instead of trying to talk to her, maybe check if she's okay, y'all three just kind of stand there and talk about shit for like 3 minutes. Then, when you finally ask Gwen what happened, she says she wants to battle you first. It still gets better though, because once you do beat her, it turns out the reason is because Ivor breaks phones?
What?
Wow, what a fucking stupid mission. Why is this in the main story? We literally never even see these characters again until the end of the game.
And I'm gonna be honest, he says it's a sister, like they don't even look remotely related. What the fuck?
You remember how a while back there was a story? Well, you're not gonna believe this, but it's actually coming back. After spending nearly 30 hours doing random bullshit, the writers finally remembered there's a story in this game. Kind of. Don't get me wrong though, the whole entire ending is complete and utter slop, but it almost feels like a coherent idea. You end up getting matched up against an anonymous ZA Royale player. Huh? How can you even be in a tournament when you're anonymous? Whatever, you get help from Detective Emma to find this guy, and when you do find him, you will not believe who he is. Just some random guy that sells coffee.
Bro.
He's also part of an evil Pokemon team. Oh, that's cool. Do we get to learn anything about them?
Flare?
Oh, yes, and why? Okay, so that's a no then.
Okay, wow. Yeah, it's Team Flare.
He tells you that AZ, your hotel manager, did some pretty horrible shit. I guess he committed a genocide or something. Then he leads you through a secret tunnel. Inside is a computer with a bunch of information. This is what we learn. AZ built a device. It's called Angie. It's supposed to give everybody eternal life. He put Angie inside of Prism Tower. Some dude accidentally turned it on. There, I just saved you about 4 hours of bullshit. But that still doesn't really explain why the Angie device is doing this. Remember, it was built to give eternal life. So what does it start doing? Torturing Pokemon across the city.
Jesus.
Absolute cinema. A few years before ZA, AZ realized this was a big problem. It could kill millions if he doesn't handle it soon. But he can't just turn it off because apparently he's too old. So he comes up with the genius idea to host a Pokemon tournament to find the best trainer. The ZA Royale. And then he just waits. And waits. And waits. For 3 years, he does absolutely nothing. In that time, Angie, the Prism Tower, leaks more and more mega power.
Jesus.
I guess AZ wasn't really in a rush to save the world. God, this is so fucking stupid. Imagine if a nuclear reactor started leaking radiation. Except this radiation turns animals into monsters. And instead of the scientists trying to stop it or do literally anything, they wait 3 years just watching it get worse and worse and eventually critical. And when Tawny finally says we should do something about it, AZ says not yet. That is the story we are dealing with.
Jesus.
In the 3 years, they knew this could be apocalyptic. The best they did was build a fence around Prism Tower. Wow. And host a tournament that literally means nothing. Once you do the final rank up match against that anonymous person, you reach rank A, the top of the ladder. So is it finally time to do something about Prism Tower? After all, that was the whole point of the ZA Royale. Not yet.
What
In fact,
the fuck?
Nothing even happens when you reach rank A. It's just it.
What the?
And then you eat croissant curry. Genuinely, what is happening?
What the hell?
It's almost over, I promise.
I don't know how to feel about this. I don't have words to even describe how I feel about it. This is just bullshit.
Tower has officially gone critical. Such a shame. If only we could have fixed it sooner. Maybe we could have avoided the disaster that's about to unfold. Or maybe it's just bad writing.
Yeah.
You and Tawny rush to the tower to see what you can do. When you get there, Vinny tells you there's no time to waste. If it keeps up this pace, the entire city will be overrun with rogue mega evolved Pokemon. Wow, it's really happening, isn't it? Of course not. When Vinny asks which one of us wants to subdue the tower, Tawny says she'll do it. Apparently, she's also rank A. What a dilemma. Lita comes up with the bright idea to do a Pokemon battle right now while the city is on the verge of destruction.
Just both of you go in there and do something. Holy fuck.
Tawny fucking agrees.
Bro.
I have no words for this. After that moronic battle, Vinny once again clarifies the city is in grave danger. If I'm Vinny, I'm beating the shit out of these two. I'm going to
really?
The game even reinforces that with this music.
No thoughts, head empty,
plays
damn.
the jazz music again. I'm done, bro. I'm cooked. I'm cooked, bro.
Really just fits the theme. Just for funsies, I tried using some non-game music here, and this is what I heard.
Much more fitting. What the fuck? Oh, so you guys can't even see past multi, I just realized.
Why did they use jazz here? Also, why is nobody evacuating? Everyone's just kind of standing there as this shit's about to go catastrophic. Anyway, back to the tower. Since we beat Tawny, we're officially the best Pokemon trainer, which means we're gonna be the ones to turn off Angie. Right? Wrong. Tawny just starts begging to be the one to go into the tower.
Why the
Excuse me? We just fought to just—
You fought for it, and then you just made it completely irrelevant. What the This is the most retarded gameplay I've ever seen. Holy shit.
Decide who goes into the tower. For 5 years, you've been looking for the best Pokemon trainer, you finally find him, and Tawny has the balls to say pick me instead. And, of course, they pick her. There really is no point in you even existing in this game. Anyway, Tawny Mega Evolves Floette, and... Ugh. What the fuck is that? Is this supposed to be cute? Whatever, Tawny grabs Mega Floette's hand, and they go into the tower.
Okay.
Cool. Inside the tower, it's painted like a rainbow buffet. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm sure Tawny won't get distracted. Oh, nope, she's FaceTiming people.
Why are we recording a video?
This is why you don't put teenage kids in charge of saving the world. Luckily, the controls are pretty simple. It's just one button. She presses it, the tower turns off, and that's the game.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. The tower starts to explode for some reason. Huh? Just accept it. Floette turned into this monster, and it's evil. The tower released these tendrils all over the city, so you're gonna have to do something about it. And by do something about it, I of course mean have a team meeting.
What is going
on? Oh my god.
So while the tower is a gargantuan monster, we decide to have a meeting right beside it. The meeting goes on for over 10 minutes.
Good fucking god.
And just when you think it's finally over,
thank you,
it just keeps going.
I swear to God, if the text box shows up on my screen now.
So if this meeting is so long, it must be pretty complicated, right? Here, let me break it down for you. Dog, strong. Dog's over there. We have to get to strong dog. So the yellow line represents our route to the dog. You might be wondering why we don't just go straight to the dog. Me too.
Oh my gosh.
We go around the entire city fighting mega Pokemon. How are we feeling about this one? You don't even need to do any fighting since your allies will do all the work for you.
My gosh.
Actually, this whole finale is so brain-numbing, we have to talk about it.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, when you're with Ivor and Gwen, you get overrun with rogue Pokemon. Luckily, they're nice enough to just stand there for us. Gwen decides to hang back and take them, so you and Ivor move on. But in the very next scene, Gwen just comes back. What was the point of this? Next, there's some rubble blocking your path. And the solution is to get the construction guy to build this. Oh, so we're just being silly now. By the way, the evil tower still hasn't done anything. It's just kind of standing there. Hell, not a single building is even damaged. I guess that just didn't fit the budget. Anyway, next you have to get up onto this roof. So what, a ladder? No, we're gonna use a human ladder with the animation of a ladder. And once we reach the top, the boss is just gonna jump off. What the fuck is the point of this? I thought he died here, but no, he's just fine somehow. Why did this game get so stupid all of a sudden? And who built these
I am just blown away by how stupid this all is, and I just have no words. I'm so sorry, you guys. I try to be more intelligent with some of the things I try to say, but holy shit, man. This is just worse than I thought.
Visible invisible walls.
It's just standing there menacingly,
okay, I'm done. Smash. The home stretch. When you meet up with a dog, he goes crazy and turns into a transformer. Wow. I'm sure he's gonna be useful on my team. Oh, no, he's just flying away. Okay. So if he's fighting the boss, what do we fight? Oh, the flowers? That's a cool final boss, I guess. These flowers aren't hard. They are just one of the most tanky fights in the game. And of course, you have to beat 2 of them. Once you beat them both, you take control of the dog Pokemon, and you get to do 1 attack. Whoa. Anyway, after that attack, it spawns 2 more flowers.
Thank you for the head pads.
Really? We did this one. We did 2 of them.
Once you beat the 2 flowers again, you do 1 attack again.
What the?
Then it spawns 2 more flowers.
Oh my god.
Gosh, bro. Really?
Eventually, I powered through the last 2 flowers and got to the final attack.
Oh my goodness gracious, bro.
It's not over yet.
Bro.
It's about to launch a nuke and blow up all of Lumiose, but luckily your character has the bright idea to reach into your backpack, find the random-ass rock the dog gave you 5 days ago, crush it, and it just so happens to be the dog's Megastone. That's awfully convenient. The dog Mega Evolves, and this is what it looks like.
What the f...
Yeah, so his Mega Evolution is just him holding an atom bomb.
What the f...
What's that gonna do?
I don't understand. They give up in the end and they combine AI-generated answers alongside a random Japanese humor. I see this, holy shit.
So you press the button, hit a quick hail, and shoot the nuke with the nuke laser. I'm sorry. Wow. You get to be reunited with Tawny, and you all live happily ever after.
This is crazy.
Wow.
I'm genuinely so glad that this game is finally over. I can just set it down and...
Oh my god.
You know what? No, there's still some shit I gotta complain about.
Oh no, here we fucking
past
go.
The fact that this story makes no sense, I have to point out that literally nothing changes between the beginning of the game and the finale. Think about it. If you never existed, what would have changed in the story? Tawny could have still Mega Evolved Floette, attempted to turn off Angie, the dog Pokemon Zygarde would still have his Mega Stone because he never would have given it to you, and thus he would have still been able to take out Angie. So really, the only thing you as the player did is fight these flowers. 3 times.
Yeah,
and,
really.
Like, the whole city is full of Pokemon trainers. I feel like they could have figured this one out.
Yeah, really.
With all this being said, if you want to waste 30 hours of your life, I can confidently tell you this game's main story will absolutely do that. Just make sure to bring tissues because you're going to be crying from how emotional it is. Or maybe because your $40 Nintendo AC adapter breaks from running such an intensive game.
Oh my god.
I even had a funeral for when it died.
Damn. That didn't take long at all, huh? Jesus. Okay. Wow.
Apparently that's not covered by warranty. Anyway,
Damn.
Game's over, so what now? Well, of course, we still have the post-game. What the f-
Oh no.
This really doesn't end, does it? Well, if you thought the
No,
story
it
was
never
bad,
does.
wait till you see this post-game. It takes place a few days after the whole disaster. Remember how Tawny told you get a wish when you beat the ZA Royale? Well, it's time to cash that in. What do you think you wish for? Money? A car? A
Oh,
Pokemon?
jeez.
No. You wish for the ZA Royale to go on forever. Lord help me. I'm sorry, who wants to be doing more of this? Ah yes, more brain-dead wall-staring robots. And you gotta
Oh
love
my
how
God.
everyone's just rank infinite now. I guess the entire city became really good Pokemon trainers in a couple days.
Crazy,
Oh,
man.
and Prism Tower also managed to get overgrown already.
That
What the
does not
fuck?
happen in a couple days, bro. Why does it just lie?
Who knows?
What the?
Anyway, let's actually talk about
Is
what
this
we-
an? I don't even want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about why they destroyed one of the primary fucking things that they built the city around. I don't even want to fucking
can
talk
do
about it.
in the post-game. First of all, there's a lot of side quests in this game. You got one here,
Absolutely,
here,
too many.
here, and here. But if you don't want to do these ones, you can also do the ones over there. It's a large amount. But what is a side quest like? Well, the feeling I associate it with is falling asleep. Oh, I'm sorry, did you want me to elaborate? Nah, I'm good. This game didn't elaborate on what the f that story was.
Wow.
Besides the side quest, there's kind of another main quest. It's really short. It's basically just catching 2 legendary Pokemon. But
Wow.
even this is somehow cheeks. Let me pull you into a real experience I had. I was
Wow.
attempting to catch Xerneas, one of the 2 legendary Pokemon that you need to complete the post game. They tell
Right.
you where to find them, you go there, you beat them up, and then you try to catch them.
Is it a guaranteed catch? No. No.
But for some reason,
What
it's
the
not a guaranteed catch,
fuck?
even though it's required to beat the post game. It'll just load you right in front of the Pokemon until you do catch it. So I tried
Okay.
again, and again,
I swear to
and again.
At least they load you back in instead of making you save over again. Holy shit, this is so annoying.
And again. Gee, this is really fun. And because of how much health he has, it takes like 5 minutes to weaken him enough for a catch attempt.
Jesus.
It's literally RNG.
Oh, I got him. It's over. What was that?
God
8
damn it.
times?
Yeah, I had to fight this piece of shit 8 times to get him. After that, you have to
Jesus.
beat the shit out of this dog. Sure, let's do that.
Okay.
Circle. Circle dot.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty easy. This is actually the final boss of the post game. It's also the first time I realized you could use items every 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
There's no way. 10 fucking seconds?
Yes, every 10 seconds you can fully revive a Pokemon. Totally reasonable. Anyway,
Wow.
this boss fight is at least a little bit unique from the other ones. And not because of the neon pulsating light in its asshole. But this boss fight actually has phases.
I didn't even know it had that, I'm gonna be honest.
Alright, you're literally the worst version of all. Game Freak, I don't know if you guys know this, but the phases are supposed to get harder as you go through them. Once you beat them, you can catch them as a Pokemon. Wow. Luckily this time, it is a guaranteed catch. So what else can you do in the post-game? How about we just checklist it?
Okay.
230 Pokemon, 20 Wild Zones, 69 Megastones, nice. 119 nice. Side quests, 100 Colorful Screws, 5 Flabébés, 14 TMs, and an infinite ZA Royale.
Oh my gosh.
What's wrong? Do none of these sound fun whatsoever?
No.
Yeah, that's probably because all of these ideas are lazy, boring, repetitive, tedious, garbage fluff packed onto a jerry-rigged rinky-dink operation of a video game.
Yeah. I can fix her. Oh my god, no.
I think it's a fun little experiment to think about how you could fix a horrible game. Believe me, it's easy to criticize this shit, but to build on it is its own challenge. This is like being handed a raw chicken and someone saying, make it taste good. No matter how much seasoning you put on this game needed more time in the oven. So we'll split the fixes into 2 different categories. Changes that could be introduced with a patch or an update, and major changes, which would take some serious elbow grease. Let's start with the small fixes, shall we? First off, let's make...
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's any fixing this game. It was built on laziness and greed, and it's going to stay that way no matter how much you fix it.
Some cuts to this game. This whole tutorial really doesn't even need to exist. Once you get to Hotel Z, I think you could just absolutely cut the other hour and a half.
Yeah, really?
Next, let's focus on changing the ZA Royale. Anytime the story gains any momentum, it just stops and you have to play the ZA Royale. So to spice it up, I think we should put challengers tickets in other places, like rewards for side quests or hiding out in the open world.
Or scale down the tickets so that it's easier to do, just to have it go like maximum 26. Maybe make it maybe slightly harder to get so you can't complete it all the time, but the idea is that you're supposed to be actually putting the work in. Why the fuck is it that you need so many tickets to beat to get off of the bottom rung when you could just say you just need 1 ticket? Why even have tickets at all? It's just so stupid. I don't understand it.
Maybe you find one in the museum. Having less ZA Royale is going to make the game significantly shorter, but quality over quantity. And on that same note, these cutscenes are quality, but where's the voice acting? Let's add that.
There we go, ready to roll. Hey, Pokalee, you better be watching. Okay, Floette, let's do this.
Hey, that new movement tech kinda sucks. Let's add a jump button. And for combat, let's remove all the logos that tell you which attack is going to be the most effective. You should have to learn what attacks work and what attacks don't. I also think the waiting period between using items should not be 10 seconds. It should just be 1 item per fight. Let me rapid fire a few more. Fix this awkward ass button layout. Remove the day and night cycle cutscenes. Add a search by level filter. Prevent hackers from cheating online. Remove these illusions.
I don't know how you're gonna do that one. I'm gonna be honest, like cheaters are gonna always find a way to cheat. Doesn't matter how you try.
Prevent hackers from cheating online. Remove these illusion of choice options.
True.
Oh, and
absolutely.
Please, let me pet my damn Pokemon.
True.
I'm sure there's plenty of things I missed, but these are meant to be small, realistic changes. The seasoning on our raw chicken.
Yeah, maybe.
Yummy. I believe these changes would go a long way in making this game a lot more palatable, but it still wouldn't make it good. If we want to actually put the chicken in the oven, we're gonna have to talk about the major changes.
Right.
The shit that would never happen, but it's fun to dream about. Let's start with an obvious one. Make the buildings 3-dimensional. But more than that, give it some variety, some character. Every building looks exactly the same. Make one of them pink, make one of them tall.
To be fair, I mean, a lot of these older buildings were kind of built to be very similar to one another, but you could at least make the outside of it, based on what's supposed to be in there, a little bit more different from one another. Because I know that's kind of what they did with the Gen 6 games, is that they made a couple of them maybe slightly different color to identify, like, hey, this is actually a cafe, this is a hair salon store. Actually, I had trouble telling the stores apart. They only had signs and you couldn't always see them depending on the angle you were at.
I mean, just look at the real Paris.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Take some inspiration. And when you're exploring different parts of this map, have different theme songs. Not only will this help you from going insane, but just by hearing the music alone, you'll understand where you are in the map. And speaking of the map, let's expand that.
Imagine a little outskirt town right outside of Lumiose. It would be a breath of fresh air from the city, open up plenty
They
of
had an outskirt. They had a bunch of stuff on the outskirts of town. They didn't include it. They didn't include Kalos at all. I really feel like they should have included Kalos, the rest of it, the whole of it. You could have added an entire story in there too somewhere. Pokemon Prague edition, everything looks vaguely European. Well, yeah, it's based in France. Or it's inspired by anyways.
And give plenty of room for Pokemon hunting. And on the topic of Pokemon hunting, why is
DLC,
nobody hunting
Jesus.
for Pokemon? Why is no one battling in the battle arenas or eating food at the cafes? Having the NPCs do something, anything, makes the world feel awake. Give each unique boss
Sorry, I'm a little on the sleepy side. I've been at this for like 19 hours.
its own unique arena, or at least its own background. As for the combat, in my opinion, we need a complete overhaul. The enemy Pokemon should only target you, the player, not your Pokemon. Now you have to dodge and avoid attacks. Your Pokemon will all be invincible. The difficulty shouldn't come from your Pokemon walking into attacks, it should come from you not dodging attacks. This isn't like turn-based combat, so stop trying to make it feel like turn-based combat. And if that sounds insane to you, wait till you hear this next one. What if we got to play as the Pokemon?
Wow.
You could be Charizard. You would feel the weight of his attacks. Boss fights would be more strategic, since now if you want to do damage, you have to do the damage. Not just standing in the back commanding your Pokemon to do that. Let's talk about the story.
I mean, there was a
Pokemon
3D game, a fan game that basically lets you do exactly that. But it's, that one's a bit hard.
Complaints boil down to the fact that nothing happens. Here's how I would fix it. Since the very first cutscene spoils that Prism Tower is doing something, it totally ruins the surprise. So there's no real mystery to solve here. But if we move this cutscene later into the game, there would be a lot more curiosity in solving this story. Maybe we could even get more scenes with Emma.
Man,
I also wish that Prism Tower was explorable. Maybe it could have been a battle arena. Maybe even for the ZA Royale. That could have been the perfect place for the final rank-up tournament, and it would have smoothly transitioned into the finale. And the last change I would make is the price. This game is worth no more than 40 United States dollars.
True.
And that's being really generous. Game Freak started Pokemon. They are worth billions and billions of dollars. Yet, reports show this game only had a budget of around 13 million. Why are they playing it so safe? These games
because they're trying to farm as much money as possible. What they're doing to that money, who fucking knows? They're certainly not putting it back into their games, that's for sure.
Well, this was never a true experiment to go into a new direction. It was a quick, easy to make cash grab. Some more crap to shovel to their hundreds of millions of fans for $60, $70, or even $100. Don't eat that shit, buddy.
Yeah, don't eat it.
But at least this is it. There's nothing else. It's just done. Wait, what is that?
Oh, right, the DLC.
No, come on. No.
Right.
On September 12th, 2025, about a month before the game even came out, they announced paid DLC.
Pokemon Legends ZA is getting paid DLC called Mega Dimension.
Bro.
Let's have a look at
I thought this was part of the main game release. This is ridiculous.
Okay, so yeah, this looks pretty bad. Supposedly, you go into these Mega Dimensions and end up in... Wait, hang on. This is literally just Lumiose.
Yeah, they've done this shit before.
Did y'all really just slap a filter on Lumiose and call it a Mega Dimension?
Yep.
This might actually be a new low. Hey, look guys, I'm in the Mega Dimension. What, was Lumiose too perfect to mess with? Or were you lazy bum developers too rich to give a fuck past adding a couple mythical Pokemon to make the fans go...
Yeah,
over your overpriced nonsensical DLC. What a bunch of assholes. Charging $30 for quite literally repackaging the same garbage they already sold you for $70. What, am I supposed to give a shit that Mega Bax Caliber is in the game? Whoop-de-fucking-do. I see you guys have gone ahead and taken the liberty of removing every single NPC from the map. That's okay. Not like their lifeless bodies added anything anyway. Hey, nice background. I see that you're going for that beautiful void aesthetic. I really love how everything looks even more gray and lifeless than the actual game. Impressive.
Jesus.
You somehow managed to make Lumiose look beautiful compared to this. I didn't realize it was possible to make this city look even worse.
Wow.
But like they say, when the bar is on the floor, you guys grab a shovel. I guess this is why you guys have been going after Power World so hard. Cause poor old Pokemon Company can't make a video game worth dick. It's much more fun to just sue developers for bullshit, rush an empty-minded cheap-ass game out the door, charge your fans $60 or $70 for it, and funnel all that money into the pockets of the biggest pieces of shit in the industry.
Literally, yeah.
Look, I'm not a Pokemon fan. I never watched the anime or played any of the games. I am the last person you should ask if this is a good Pokemon game. I have no clue what makes a good Pokemon game.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like you hit the nail on the head with a lot of these. Like, the story barely moved half the time, and when it did, it made no sense. The open world feels dead, if you can even call it an open world. Combat doesn't feel like it's meant to be different from the turn-based. It just feels very stitched together. Like, everything just feels so jankily put together. You can spell good Pokemon game without good game. It's certainly not a good game yet, really.
Is it the story, the combat, the graphics? Probably not those.
No.
In the making of this video, I've spoken to a lot of Pokemon fans, and the answers I got back were pretty varied. Some people like the collection aspect of it, others love competitive battling, or Nuzlocks, or they just like cute things.
I mean, yeah, this is a puppy, that's cute. I don't know, when I grew up, it was just, for me, it was something I could enjoy. I was very by myself as a kid, so competitive gaming was not really for me. But I was definitely a completionist, very, very much so. Trying to think. I think I also, I think later on I would have come to like the Nuzlocke a lot more, but I'm leaning away from those a bit these days because it is a mindset you can get trapped in, for sure.
Me too. If you enjoy this game for whatever it is, that's good. I'm not trying to argue that this game isn't fun at all. In the moment-to-moment experience, it can be fun. Ooh. But the most enjoyable moments to me were when I wasn't trying to play it.
Level 16, 12.
I think that was in. No.
Level 16, 13.
But was any of this worth $70? Absolutely not.
Jesus.
To everyone that watched this entire video, thank you so much. At this point, you should probably subscribe. It is the single best thing you can do to support me, so please consider it. Thank you. Whether you think I'm spitting facts or talking out of my ass, I appreciate you listening. Y'all are the reason I got to 100,000 subscribers, which is really a dream come true.
That is crazy, actually.
But I hope it's just the beginning.
That is really crazy. Holy shit. I feel like he really summarized a lot of my thought process with this game. Like, everything I thought about this and then some, and I had heard so many bad things, and I've played previous games before, and it's just, seeing it, it's like, no, this is really bad. This is just really, really bad. There have been fan games that have tried half as hard and came out twice as good. It's pretty fucking sad, it really is. Can't uninstall you never uninstall in the first place. That's right. That's absolutely right. Go follow Xander J if you want. And also, if you want, definitely like, comment, subscribe on my channel as well. I appreciate it. Help me afford the means to get over this cold and get my voice back into shape so I don't sound like a granny, for fuck's sake. Alright, thank you, YouTube. I hope I'll see you guys next time.